ahead
All
and
right.
tab out the chat. I gotta kill time until my weeklies. Actually, let's go ahead and do this for a little bit. Yeah.
Mm,
There we go. Maybe we'll do a fun tier list for
okay.
Genesis really quick. Let me see here. I don't think I'm gonna do everybody, just the ones I played extensively. Ghost F tier. Ghost suffers from he suffers from having like Samurai Warrior's normal type charge system where he goes up to like
Mm,
C9, but everything is slow. It doesn't even fucking connect, and
yeah.
there's no dodge offset. So, like the worst a Muso character can be.
Yep.
Actually, let me go ahead and put some music on for this. Give me a sec. Hey, what's up, Lightside? Hello. I'm doing a quick tier list here, and then we're gonna play some video games because I got 50 minutes until PGR resets. Let's put
Good
some
old
music on.
homework.
Yeah, the homework takes a lot longer on Mondays when the game resets because you gotta do Pain Cage and Warzone and all the Battle Pass stuff, and then the guild.
Hmm. You have
Usually,
the tier list up on the stream, right?
yeah, I will. I turned off my source really quick. I'm
Ah,
putting
okay.
putting up some music. There you go.
Hey.
All right, turn this down a little bit.
Yep. Ghost right in the trash.
Tokan boost is a little bit better. Same problem. Um, let's see here. I think I'm gonna do the top and the bottom.
All right.
The characters I play the most. Meteor, of course, not just because he's my favorite rider, but in the first game he actually is the only one that had jump cancels. I don't think I need this many tiers. Okay. I give Spectre a C. He's definitely better than the other Ghost Riders, but not ideal. These characters all suffer from the season was currently airing, which in Bat Ride War means that you're doomed to suck to play. That's how all three of the games are. That's why, like Drive is pretty fun to play because his season was already over by the time that the game was made, so they can give him all his forms and stuff. I'd rank Kabuto an A. I kind of wish he had more moves, but I think they did a really good job of Pluck Up. Eternal, I'd give an A. Moveset's kind of limited, but still really fun. Super 1 is an S. He's basically like a Rekka character in a Muso game. They managed to make a Rekka character in a Muso game of all things, the Mad Lads. Skyrider also is aerial focused. Let's see here. Forze, believe it or not, with guard cancels is really fun. I'd give him an S. Who else have I played extensively? I give Black. I put Black like C probably. It's a lot better with guard cancels, but its moveset's just not that interesting. RX. Let's see here. RX probably about the same, actually. No, I'd probably give him a B. He's got a little bit more to work with than Black does. Katak. Katak's a clock up character, so I gotta give him an A. Ichigo is really fun. He's not super deep. I do like playing as Ichigo. Nico I haven't played as much. Let's see here. Well, Maka's pretty fun. I give him a B. I gotta play a lot of these characters with guard cancels though, so I probably wouldn't upload this, but I'll save it for now. Bias is pretty boring, unfortunately. I'd give him a C. Fang Joker, probably a B, but he has a really limited moveset. But Decade is basically like an Orochi character in a Muso game by himself. He's pretty cool.
Yep.
I'd give him an A. Violent Emotion I haven't played. Axel gets a B just because he has Trial. And he can stay in Trial infinitely with the, what's it called? The Red Shadow Moon figure. So you can just stay in Trial the whole time. That's really fun. Chaser. Chaser's probably a B. Gaim could do some pretty cool stuff too. Hey, what's up, man? Hello, Happy New Year. Yeah, it's not 2024 for me yet, because I'm in California. Oh, Blade! Blade is actually really fun with his cancels. I've actually been playing him quite a bit on Steam Deck. I'd give him an A. Baron's probably B. Nico I gotta play more. Those are most of the characters I played extensively, so it's like a half-assed tier list. But yeah, the characters at the top have just a lot of options, and then you can make them even crazier with guard cancels. They're like just really fun to play. And the characters in A are like more limited, but they're still fun. And then B, they're just kind of average. They're not bad, they're not good. And then I think below that is when you start getting like, there's just the really limited characters like Ghost. You guys want to see how bad Ghost is? Type 1 if you want to see like the worst Muso character ever.
So stiff.
You want to see how... I'll prove how bad he is. I actually think one of the reasons why people don't play this game is not because it's Japanese only and it's Kamen Rider, which is not like super popular IP outside of Asia and Japan. It's because you have to fucking play as him for like 20 minutes at the start. People are like, dude, this game feels like ass. Like, why do people say this game is good? I'm like, yeah, you gotta get past the point where they force you to play as him, and then it actually becomes good, which is shit design. I'll be the first to admit that. Yeah, well, go ahead and let me save this, and then I'll show just how bad Ghost is. I'll show Ghost. I know a lot of you guys don't know Kamen Rider, but I'll show like one of the top tier. This is for fun tier list, because in this game, you can just use Red Shadow Moon and stay in their final form like the whole time, which gives you like insane damage, defense, and permanent hyper armor. So I don't think tiers matter that much. This is just a fun tier list. So the ones I enjoy playing. As you can see at the bottom here, I have played most of these characters, but like not to the end of the game. So I played Nigo a little bit. Amazon's alright. I give Amazon, actually, I played him enough. I give him a B. The Showa Riders in general, which means the characters from the Showa era, so like the 70s to the late 80s, they're just deeper in this game and overall because they don't have as many forms, so they have like a more robust moveset. But yeah, the ones I haven't played the most out of the Showa Riders is definitely V3, this guy, X, Stronger, and Ego. Who's the second common rare. Alright, let me go ahead and save this. Alright, let's show how bad Ghost is before I start doing anything else. 'Cause he's, meme-worthy. Like, actually one of the worst Musou characters I've ever played as. I don't think there's anybody in a Koei Musou game that's that bad. I'm hard-pressed to think of anybody that's that bad to play. Alright, let me go back to my main source here. We'll play as Ghost for a bit. Some New Year's suffering, some pain.
Let's go.
Let me go ahead and... I gotta turn on Bluetooth on my phone. Hold on.
Yeah, but yeah, I remember getting that same feeling when first playing the game. It was horrible.
You know, I really hate when people say, you know, hey, this game gets better 30 hours in. It's like, you know, I could play another game that's fun in the first couple minutes in that time, right? But
Yeah.
unfortunately, with this game, it really is. But luckily, it's not 30 hours. It's more like 20 minutes. But it's still, it's a lot to ask for sure. I don't blame anyone.
Yeah, true.
I should probably like make a new save and distribute one past the point where you have to play as him.
Ooh.
Like, look, I got the frame rate fixed. I didn't fix having to play as a shit character for 20 minutes. You know, I do have control over that. I might actually do that. Like, hey, no
Not
more
that
complaining. You don't have to
save.
play as him, and you got 60 FPS. So
Yeah.
let's play as the worst character.
You gonna use them when guard cancels?
I actually don't think the guard cancels will help in hindsight because it just takes too long for his animation to come out, and because he's got just straight Dynasty Warriors charge as his moveset. I think it's just going to be a struggle.
Ooh.
Oyasuze.
Just play as him for a bit and then forget he ever existed.
Yeah, I like when people say that about RPGs. Go, it gets really good 30 hours in, and I'm like, dude, that's insanity to ask me to play that.
Yeah.
Tales of Vesperia, as much as I love that game, is very, very, it definitely is one of those kind of games. You play it for a couple hours, you don't see, like, why people are so simp for it so much, but yeah, if you put the time in, it is fun. Alright, let's play as the worst, the best of the worst. Alright, the guard cancels help, but he's still mad slow. Ghost in general is just a cursed Kamen Rider because when they first announced him, he appeared in the Drive movie because that's how they do the introduction to the next year's rider. And he actually fought like a ghost. His fighting style was cool, but then I guess they thought, I guess the parents complained or something, and they just made him into this weird, like, chubby guy that fights really clunky. So he's cursed in the show and he's cursed in the game too. But the reason he's cursed in the game is because they just probably had like maybe like 2 fight scenes to go off of. Maybe like they were setting like some concept art or something. Die, Kaigon! And all the guard cancel really does for him is just cuts off the end lag.
Yeah.
It still sucks.
Well. And I don't remember correctly, but that spin attack is just a straight up charge attack, right?
C1, yeah.
Seems like the thing that gets the most benefit from guard cancels.
God, even his rider kick sucks.
It's like Rider kick?
Alright, all the Hunter x Hunter weebs, you need to buy millions of copies of that game, because the same people are making that game that made this. So that they make another one of these. Please. Please just buy a more billion copies, please. Alright, let's play as somebody else. I don't really like Kamen Rider African American that much. It's kind of meh. You know, I haven't actually played as Kiba. Let's get some experience and try Kiba. Kiba with guard cancels might be kind of fun.
Right.
人間とファンガイアとの架け橋になるんだ。お前の定めは
俺が決める。Watch the Hunter x Hunter fans aren't going to buy that game, and Aiding's going to turn into a Call of Duty support studio. Worst outcome, worst timeline. It's like the bad ending for a game studio. You get turned into a Call of Duty support team.
Oh yeah.
And never make anything again. Gotta make sure you can get more zombie maps or whatever.
Like Call of Duty lost its steam years ago.
I'm hearing the new one is like really bad. Which I don't really know exactly how bad, but I've heard things. I've heard the new one is like exceptionally bad. People are saying it feels like DLC.
Yeah, they said that the campaign is one of the worst, if not the worst, ever.
What's wrong with it?
The pacing, there's some, I think there's some, not some, there's quite a bit of plot holes, because it's a retelling of a story that was already told way better, and they, like, skipped past a bunch of stuff for so yeah. A bit of stuff to make the fan base, the fan base upset. We got some 100 cracked fist action.
Huh?
Got some 100 cracked fist action with him.
Yeah, the thing about this series was the person in the suit, they're called suit actors. he could barely move in this. So what they started doing was they made it in the story. The character that he's playing, like the face actor, he kept spamming his final form, and everyone complained about it. It was like the suit that he's in right now, the base form, was like hurting his back. He could barely act in it. So they made it in the story. He just kept spamming the final form. It's basically like if Goku just went like Super Saiyan God like all the time for, you know, like a bank robbery kind of thing. It's like every minor inconvenience, bring out the big guns kind of thing. That's what they started doing. So it's kind of cool to see him fight without the real world limitations.
Oh, that's badass. That was badass.
Yeah, I need guard cancels on him pronto.
Yeah.
He might get bumped up on the fun tier list. I know a quick way to get him to level 30. Also, the thing everyone memes about this game is the fact that they use the bike more. Just in that one map, they use the bike more than they actually do on a show. Because there's like bike laws in Japan that got passed where they can't use customized bikes, which is pretty much every Kamen Rider bike. They can't use them in public areas. It has to be in like a private place. So they like arranged to do it on like the first episode to sell the bike. And then never again. Like a 45 to 50 episode season, they'll use it like 3 times. Yeah. And people aren't exaggerating when they say that you use the bike more in just playing this for like 3 minutes than the actual show.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And it's like it's a law that's passed in Japan, you know, their government, so there's nothing that can be done about it. There's not like an easy way to get around that, so the bike is kind of, some people call it common runner. Call it common runner now because they just kind of walk everywhere.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, the average Pokemon protagonist is more of a Kamen Rider than an actual Kamen Rider these days. The Pokemon kids gotta run the bike back and forth to breed the Pokemon. They're doing more bike riding than a Kamen Rider. Entire season.
He's one of the old head riders, right?
Huh?
He's one of the old head riders, right?
Oh, the boss?
No, the guy you playing as.
He's a Showa rider, yeah.
Wake up!
You can tell by the stuff.
Actually, the guy I'm playing as, this one, he got caught extorting money from people. He kept saying that stuff like he owed money to the Yakuza, and then also his belt from the show got stolen. He extorted money from people and from fans, I guess. And he's got to be pretty old people, you know, because his show aired in 1981, so over 40 years ago. He got caught. I guess the people came forward and he disappeared. Long story short, he became a ghost. He's disappeared. So whenever they promote like Kamen Rider, they never emphasize that he's there.
They pretend he never
Like
existed. Huh?
the character is there, but the actor is like never mentioned because
Yeah.
he was basically doing I don't know some kind of fraud basically. He's telling people he's in like desperate need of money. He's basically just kind of what all the YouTubers do now.
Oh yeah.
He's ahead of the curve. I guess at one point he was trying to get away from people, and he like almost ran somebody over. He didn't, but he almost did. And then after that point, he was like never seen again.
Hey, that's pretty hardcore.
There's also the incident with Kamen Rider Black, where he said he didn't want to be known by Kamen Rider, but then like, which makes no sense because he has a diner, he has a restaurant in Japan, and like he has a statue of Kamen Rider Black in there. I'm like, if you want to be known for more than that, then maybe you shouldn't, you know, have that front and center. Just a hunch. So, and he started blocking people that were calling him out. I'm like, you know, obviously you still embrace it because it's like one of the big selling points to going to his diner is that he's there, and then he has the Kamen Rider Black statue is there, and so people started calling him Kamen Rider Block.
That's clever. That's clever.
I mean, these are just things that happen when you're on for 50 years. Obviously.
Right. There's gonna be controversies. There's gonna be things that fans don't agree with. Yeah. And then a different array of like, you know, actors and stuff. So yeah. Damn, he's styling. Holy.
Oh, Kiva died. like, why didn't he get any experience? He didn't survive. Rip.
I was confused right there. I was like, wow,
Put
you're
it
about
back
to do him
down
real
the
dirty.
heart, and he should be able to survive. Alright. As I'm just trying to power level him because I think he's going to be fun with guard cancels. I was like, where's the experience? I'm like, oh, he's dead, Jim. He's only level 20 on like the hardest difficulty. He's not gonna last too long.
仮面ライダーどもを葬る。まとめてぶっ潰してやるぜ。恐るべきやつもう少しで手が
一緒に戦おう。手伝わせてください。
Dead. Dead.
創世王の力を得た貴様らの勝利は万に一つもありはしない。これが最後の戦いだ。勝利を我が手中に。
This is not gonna work.
までか逃がさんぞ。
Fucker stands back and turns red and then starts spamming. I don't remember the quick way that I did this. It's been too long.
Interest zoning moment.
Yeah, pretty much. I used to have a way to power level, but that was back when this game came out, and I can't remember it anymore. I don't think I put up a guide for it either, so I can't even refer to my past self. Let's try this. Let's try doing heart. Speed up heart.
Okay.
The face actor for this guy is the new Ultraman, by the way. Small
みんな
World.
の夢のために振るうぞ。
ここまで来たからには心の芯が先は行かせない俺をもっと楽しませろ。俺はさらに進化する。
一緒に戦わせてください。
奴らの狙いは一体。
手伝わせてください。
あれじゃ手が出せないな。
一緒に戦わせてください。
Dead. That combo I'm doing is an infinite. It's like a loop. Just get stuck in it.
Yeah, no teching out for him.
Alright, one more and I should be able to try him with guard cancels.
この5つの腕はみんなの夢のために振るうぞ。
僕は人間とファンガイアとの架け橋になるんだ。
ここまで来たからには心の芯を熱くさせてくれよ。これが相手になるぞ。
手伝わせてください。
その程度。
いや、
俺をもっと楽しませろ。
一緒に戦わせてください。
あれじゃ手が出せないな。
俺の心を熱くしてくれ。恐れているな。
稲妻落とし。
燃え尽きる。
That combo reminds me of Oro's combo from Street Fighter Third Strike.
Oh, Super 1?
Yeah, with the the orb, and then you do the punch, and then the jump attack, and then the punch up. Like you do that continuously.
Yeah, this game's movesets are kind of interesting the way that they're designed, because like the Showa writers had like 1 or 2 forms at best, and the more recent ones. So Heisei to Reiwa, which is the most recent one, some of them have like a dozen forms. So they have a lot of moves, but they don't flow well, and then a big chunk of them are useless. So the Showa writers are kind of like Basara characters in the amount of complexity that they have, because they only have to do 2 forms at most, and not 12.
Huh.
So, that's why it's really cool that they added them. I don't think anyone really expected them to be added, just because they're not entirely marketable. It's because of how old they are, but they're secretly the most fun characters in this game. Way more than you would expect. Yeah, he can use Blade King form now, so let me do one more and then I'll try him out. And that's also why Ghost sucks, is because the show had like barely started airing when the game even came out, so when you consider development time, they probably had like absolutely nothing to work with.
金までアップさせてくれよ。
これが相手になるぞ。
手伝わせてください。一緒に戦わせてください。
Hello, thank you.
ライルキ
俺をもっと楽しませろ。俺は進化する。
一緒に戦う。
Oh, thank you, everybody.
一緒に戦わせてください。
Let's get serious.
みんなのために一緒に戦わせて。譲れないな。
恐れているな。
Nice hitbox. I'm kind of playing a little bit too. Oh wait, did I take off his figures? Is that why? Hold on a sec. I'm a little bit confused right now.
Okay, settle.
無茶をするな。駆け足になるんだ。
Huh. I'm surprised my neighbors aren't spamming fireworks still.
Still? It's like almost 2 in the morning over there.
Oh yeah, no, they stopped. 'Cause,
Oh,
I
they
mean,
did?
This is now that's unusual. Speed run.
Wake up.
Oh, damn. Yeah, he's definitely pretty sick with guard cancels, but he's not blessed with Muso hitboxes, so kind of hard to land his stuff. Have to try his other forms.
Still some badass combos though, nevertheless.
I explained the real life reason why he didn't use that form. He stopped using the base form. Yeah, it's hurting my back. Can you guys help me out? Like, sure. Actually, what they did was they even introduced the final form way earlier than they normally do. Normally it's like a little over halfway through, but they moved it up because he was fucking getting destroyed by that heavy suit. And then he just kind of just started doing it non-stop.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting stuff. It's like there's actual real-life reason behind just spamming the final form. It wasn't really anything to do with merchandising, it was just... it was too heavy. I think it was, like the chains on the suit and stuff was, like, making the weight, like, really imbalanced on his body, so... he felt really jacked using it, especially doing all this crazy stuff with all that weight.
Wake up.
Like, you see how he lifts his leg up? His leg was, like, had way more weight on it than the rest of his body because of the chains. So his right leg, he lifts it up that high. You can't imagine how fucking awful that would be.
Yeah.
I'm glad that they accommodated him, but... the base form is the coolest. Kaworu Saber!
Oh wow.
Kaworu Saber!
So he has all these different forms.
He doesn't have as many as the more recent ones.
ために負けられないんだ。
Dude, this combat looks amazing.
When you're not playing as the character they make you start with, yes. That's the problem with this game.
Wake up!
I'm sure they were forced to put Ghost as the first character. I'm sure
僕は僕の道を
the
歩き
people
たいんだ。
actually making the game knew that that was a terrible idea, but Kamen Rider stuff, they don't always have a lot of control. The people
Yeah.
making the games don't have that much control. Most
So it's up to
recently,
the suits.
most recently would be the one that came out this year. Like, hey, we're gonna make you make double the roster in a season pass, and it's only gonna be up for 8 months. So probably no one's gonna buy it, and it's gonna be lost media before the year even ends. I'm like, what? Why do you want me to waste time on this shit? You can't even sell it. The game came out in like March, and it got the DLC got delisted last week.
僕は人間と考えとの架け橋になるんだ。
I'm like, why don't you just like put more content in the game that won't be delisted instead of making us work on something that nobody will be able to use by the time the new year starts.
I want to try out Joker with guard cancels. Sounds fun.
Oh, get him!
無茶をするな。 梅雨払いご苦労。
Yes! I fucking love this game, man. I'm always
The
just so
co-op
happy
combos.
playing it. I'm so happy playing it. It's like my comfort food game. Yeah, a lot of the characters get a lot more fun with guard cancels, like Forze, for instance. It's like leaps and bounds more fun to play when you have guard cancels. Makes them like 10 times more fun to play. Yeah, I'm kind of experimenting right now, trying to make a fun tier list.
人間と考えとの架け橋
Rank the
になるんだ。
characters by how fun they are to play. Let's see here. Try O's.
みんなは俺が
僕は人間とファンガイアとの架け橋になるんだ。
ああもうしつこいな。
You guys want to know what they changed in the PS4 version of this? Basically nothing. They upscaled it to 1080p, and in these mob like peon fights, they like double the number. That's all that's different. That's it.
Oh,
Like
wow.
most half-assed PS4 port. I mean, if you just like mob fights, then the PS4 version is better, but now that we have the frame rate mod, there's no reason to get this game on PS4. It is quite literally the exact same game. I think what makes it worse is now, because the person that, the second person that made this mod for me, he said that he just have to change one file, and the game can run higher than this actually. But when you go above 60, certain events stop playing, and the camera gets slower. So it's better just leave it on 60. Yeah, he changed like a couple of bytes in the file. It's just permanent. So it shows you how easily they could have made it run at 60 on PS4, but they didn't. They upscaled it from 720 to 1080, and they added more peons during these. That's it. Which actually makes some characters better. The characters that are good at crowd control are like probably better. Whereas in this one, it doesn't really matter because there's not as many peons on the screen. But as far as I'm concerned, this is the definitive edition now version. Because the frame rate mod. And it works perfectly on Steam Deck. I put up that video a few weeks ago. It's locked 60 at all times. The Switch port we never got. See ya!
全ての人を助けられるわけじゃないけど負けられないんだまだだ助かりますウェイクアップみんなのために負けるわけにはいかないんだ
その調子だよ
負けられないみんなのために
I'll go grab a snack.
Yeah, go for it. This game is just a game of sentient toys. That's what it is. There's like one character that has a face in this game. It's just a bunch of toys. It's just Toy Story. It's like Burnout Paradise. There's just this big city with buildings and stuff, but then there's no people. It's just a bunch of sentient cars. Burnout Paradise is like low-key creepy when you start thinking about stuff like that. Like, is it post-apocalyptic? Like, why do the cars need buildings? There's no people at all. There's not a single person. The only person is the guy on the radio. That's it. Maybe Burnout Paradise is like secretly a post-apocalyptic game. The cars just like gained sentience or something and eradicated the humans, and now they just drive around in circles. I remember playing that game and being kind of weirded out, like, why is there a city with no people? There's not one person. Let's pull up a quick. Let's pull up a quick look at the PS4 version to compare, as you guys can see the difference. Because I bought this game on PS4, I did legally buy this game, but yeah, that's pretty much the only difference. There's more peons on the screen, and it's upscaled. That's all that they did. They did absolutely nothing else to it at all. Hey, cool, I got a bunch of my own videos on here. Let's let's look at somebody else's videos. Sick. This guy is a tokusatsu channel. That's pretty cool. Sure, I'll toss him a sub. Let's see here. Let's get a little farther into the game here. Alright. Yeah, I think normally there's like 50 peons. It's like a mob fight that's like 50 peons, but here it's like 100. I'm curious like how much they doubled it by. Yeah, the crowd control actually matters quite a bit more on this version compared to PS3. And look at the rest of what he's got here. Okay, that's not a mob fight. Yeah, right here is 200. There would not be 200 on the PS3 version. Yeah, I don't think they quite doubled it, but there definitely are more peons on screen. So if you're playing on a harder difficulty, crowd control actually means more. But other than that, yeah, it's the exact same game. Probably one of the lamest PS4 upgrades. There were some pretty significant PS4 upgrades around that time, because that was like... This game was 2016, so... It was a little bit out of the launch window when that game came out. But yeah, there were way better PS4 upgrades than that. Basara 4 came out on PS4. The Sumeragi. They didn't port vanilla. They ported Sumeragi. That was like, I think it came out the same time as the PS3 one. The main difference is it's upscaled, and I think what is it called? SharePlay. What's it called on PlayStation? Like SharePlay or whatever. You can use that for online play, and then I think if you're a split screen, I think it maintains 60 FPS instead of going back down to 30. So that's actually a pretty significant upgrade. Uh, I would argue it's not enough now because we have the English patch, and you can play the game on the Steam Deck. But yeah, in comparison, for games that came out within a year of each other, the Basara 4 PS4 version was way more worth it. It's actually a pretty significant upgrade, and then you got the built-in recording as well, which was really nice. So I think that was worth the money. Batride War Genesis, no. If you didn't have a PS4, you didn't have a PS4 at the time, that game was not worth upgrading for at all. Yeah, a lot of the Japanese games on PS4 have the most, like, fucking draconian limitations. Did you know, Gundam Breaker 3 only lets you stream and record, the lobby? And the lobby is, like, about this size here. I mean, this is a different art style, but, like, it's like the size of this room, pretty much. And there's no gameplay. You just have a generic astronaut as your protagonist character. And that's the only thing that you can stream. When you try to get into the actual gameplay, it blocks it, so it's completely useless. I'm like, thanks a lot, I guess. Like, why even have the streaming at all? Another example is Tales of Berseria. That game fucking gaslights you, because it says that it's streaming, but it blocks the signal entirely. You're basically streaming dead air. You know what? I'm morbidly curious. Is there anybody doing that right now? There might be. When that game came out, there were so many people in the directory that were like low viewership streams. You know, they only have like 1 or 2 viewers. And that's not a hit against them. It's just that they don't know that they're streaming nothing. They're streaming dead air. And it's not their fault. It's because the game doesn't let you show anything, so it's like, why don't you just block it entirely at that point? Gundam Breaker 3 is a game I so desperately want them to get off PS4. I love that game, but the frame rate is just abysmal. It really kills the fun. The game is so fast-paced, but it can like barely hold 30 FPS. It feels awful. I'm like, why won't you port this game? Port something people actually want. No, they give you New Gundam Breaker on PC that no one bought, no one wanted. You can find photos online of like tons of copies in Japan going for like the price of a Happy Meal. Now we're gonna give you that game on PC. Oh, thanks, Namco. So thoughtful. Why don't you port the good one? It's actually playable at a playable frame rate. I love that game to death. That game was like perfect for me. Had all the cool builds and stuff, and then like above average melee combat. It's a solid game. But it's one of those games where the frame rate completely ruins it. It's not as fun as it should be, because it feels like your fun is being directly limited by the frame rate. Yeah, Natsume Atari is just making random random waves in the roguelike world. I definitely like Kamen Rider more than this game, but this game is not finished, so... This is the spin-off for Penny Blood, yeah. This is the spin-off, not actual Penny Blood. I have no interest in Penny Blood because it's turn-based. That game does look pretty legit, though, if you're into turn-based combat, which I'm not.
Apologies, brother. I was talking to my mom.
Oh, no worries. Super groundbreaking happening here, too. It's okay. Welcome back.
Thank you kindly. And this is the roguelike from earlier, right?
Yeah, this is a roguelike. It's very grindy.
Yeah, the chibi art style. That looks a little, dare I say, a little Dota-esque. Does that make sense?
I've never played that game, I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I just watched it, I never played it, but yeah, kind of get the gist of the flow of it.
Yeah, but I don't have to get yelled at by 8-year-olds, so...
That's true.
That's right, PGR reset. After this run, I'll switch over to PGR. Ouch!
I got the Ooga Booga Club.
This run's toast now. Put poop on the ground. What is causing that to happen? I'm not even mad, I'm curious. That's alright. Shit luck. Probably gonna hit up some of the heals at least. Completely decimated her health bar. Let's grab some heals. Alright, if I can recycle some of this stuff for coins, should be good. Nothing happens when you beat the game right now because it's early access, so it doesn't really matter.
Been playing a lot of roguelikes lately, huh?
I love action roguelikes because they're basically just arcade games, and I grew up in the arcades because I'm old, so I like stuff like this. Might not be for
Not
everybody,
that old.
Plus, a lot of them have had actually really good combat.
That era in time, man.
Huh?
I would have loved to live around the time where Quake first dropped.
Yeah, I remember that.
That would have been so cool. Give me a second. Family calling me.
What's up?
So my family's calling me. I'll be
Oh,
back.
go ahead, go ahead.
All right.
Yeah, the arcades were a special time. They were pretty awesome.
Yeah. Speaking of, I was watching that retrospective on Street Fighter.
Yeah.
My goodness, the Street Fighter movie saga was nuts. Like the live action one.
What about it?
There's so many crazy things that happened during filming. Like, for example, them filming, having a bunch of lights in the studio, and the studio wasn't properly, I don't know, maintained, and there was raining on the electronics. And then they were filming during a rebellion
What?
in Thailand, and there was like a, I don't know, there's like a sort of like a organization that was against the government at the time. Yeah, it was a very wicked. There's a whole bunch of other stuff, like people almost getting killed on set. A whole bunch of other stuff. It's actually one of the most cursed movies. Like, people talk about, you know, what's that one movie, The Exorcist and all that stuff. But the Street Fighter movie can rank among some of the worst, like, or cursed filming events, like, ever. I'll link you the video. It's pretty nuts.
Sure. My grandpa liked that movie. He didn't play video games. He liked it because Van Damme was in it. He liked that movie. He couldn't understand why I didn't want to watch it. Like, I knew that it was not a good movie. But he just loved action movies.
Yeah.
Watch anything that was an action movie. He's like, why don't you want to watch this? I'm like, it's not like the game at all. I was like, what, like 8 or 9 at the time? Less than 10 years old.
Probably like those super, like, cheesy 80s action movies like Terminator, Rambo, Rocky. To be fair, I think those movies are pretty good. Like, I think there's a certain style to 80s action movies.
Yeah.
That we need to see more of. It's like there's some camp to it. It seems like the movies don't take themselves too seriously. And there's a little bit of something endearing about some of the effects, even back then. Like, some of them, well, quite a bit of them were bad. At least the computer stuff, like CGI. You remember the action movie, Yes, Madam?
Action movie what?
It's called Yes, Madam.
No.
Yeah, it's super cheesy and by the numbers in some ways, but yeah, the fight scenes were actually pretty solid. came out in '85.
It was the same thing when the Mario movie came out. Not the new one, but the one from the 90s.
The live
My
action
mom and
one.
grandma didn't understand why I didn't want to watch it. They kept spamming the commercial. I'm like, I don't want to watch that. They're like, why not? I'm like, because it's not like the game at all. I refuse to go see it. The movie was like 93, so yeah, I was like 7. I vehemently refused to watch that movie. And they couldn't quite understand why.
You're like, isn't this the Mario character you talk about?
The new one is way too safe and commits the sin of putting boomer 80s music in there instead of actual music from the games. But it was better than the one from the 90s.
Yeah.
You know, that's a pretty low bar, but
Yeah.
it's a very low bar. Plus, I didn't have to pay to see it. They had it on streaming when I went to the new game center that's here. I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't have wanted to go pay to see that, but it was there for free, so I watched it. The best part was they did a rider kick at the end. That was the best thing about that movie. Like, okay, you don't put, like, actual Mario music in there, but you make them do a rider kick for some reason? Like, what?
Yeah, like you said, there's 80s music and then there's the rider kick. I'm sure there's other references.
Yeah,
to
they do a
80s.
double rider kick. I'm not making it up. You can go look it up. They do a double rider kick at the end. They get the power star and they do a rider kick to beat Bowser.
I type in rider kick and MA and then here it is right here. Mario movie, rider kick.
There you go. That's all that needs to be said. They did one thing right.
So that is a straight up rider kick.
Huh?
I say, yeah, that's straight up rider kick.
It is. It is. Totally is. A lot of the Tokusatsu community on Twitter was really happy about that. I'm like, yeah, it made that movie worth watching. It's just the most random reference to have in a fucking Mario movie. Alright, this run's pretty much toast, but I did get some stuff. I'm gonna switch to PGR after this. Managed to botch this run really quick.
Yeah, I'm tired of these freaking movies playing, I don't know, Kanye West Power or Lips Inc. Funky Town
Oh no,
or
since
something.
Mario has such a legacy for having great music, and they just like, no, we're gonna play Van Halen instead. Alright. It's not like Van Halen's bad music, but not what I think of when I think of Mario. Ouch! Didn't dash soon enough. Oh, he almost took solo that boss. That was pretty cool. Should be able to get some stuff now.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they do that in the Sonic movies too? I actually did not know that. That's news to me. It's
You
equally
see what I
cursed,
mean?
though.
Yeah, because Sonic is known for having just great music as well in their games. I think one of the more fond memories I have of Sonic or video game music in general is from Sonic 3 on the Sega Genesis.
Oh, I don't even need to look it up, Marcy. I just from watching the Mario movie, I fully believe you. Let's just put boomer music in this video game movie. Am I gonna live long enough to see Little B music be in like Marvel movies? I feel like I don't want to actually live that long. It's probably coming soon.
I mean, at this point, I mean, we got every single person, maybe even you, in Fortnite right now. So you never know, you never know.
ましたかいつかあなた
I
に会え
heard
なくなった
Dante
ら
and Virgil are supposed to be in Fortnite soon. That makes me
Or
morbidly depressed. It's nothing sacred. Maybe Virgil will just destroy the dimension, use the Yamato and just destroy the dimension that Fortnite's in. And shut it down for good. That's how he's gonna redeem himself.
you probably want to add some new mechanic where he's like, there's like, because Fortnite does that where they add certain mechanics into the game. Like they had the Attack on Titan gear where they like zip around. They had that in the game, so I would imagine they would add some sort of Virgil mechanic or something, some trick
Can he
up.
just like just destroy Fortnite and just shut it down forever? Just kill it.
我々が勝者です
It's growing too strong. It's out of control.
Yeah. Did Epic recently say something about them spending too much money than they were getting because they did so many of these crossover or collaboration things? I think they said something like that before.
You said what? I didn't catch you. Sorry.
They said that they were spending more money than they were getting because they kept spamming these crossover things.
Yeah, the Epic Game Store bleeds money. It's like this big gash in their cash system, you know? The earnings of their company. It's just this big gash. It makes no money. It makes absolutely no money. We talked about this before, but like, people go on the Epic Game Store for three things. In order. The first is Fortnite. The second is the Kingdom Hearts games. And the third, a very distant third, is the free games. That's it. And they've made absolutely no effort to like actually make people want to use the platform for anything but those two things. And they wonder why it's bleeding money. It's like, well, you don't try to compete with Steam at all.
Yeah.
You know? I've told my story about how I got that Godfall key, and it took me like an hour to get the game to even get to the account. And I'm like, you know, this story actually is as bad as people say. I thought it was just blind corporation worship, but no. I really opened my eyes, like, nope. It really is as bad as people say. They're not exaggerating at all. That was like 3-4 years ago, and it hasn't gotten any better.
Yeah.
Tim Sweeney like says it, he complains about it, I guess. It's like, well, you don't try to make it better, dude. Like, I don't know if people remember how bad Steam was. Steam, the way that they forced Steam on people was very similar to what they've done with Fortnite, where, you know, you have to sign up for their services and stuff to play Fortnite, which is like the main selling appeal. They did that with Counter-Strike. Counter-Strike was like that because Counter-Strike was originally a Half-Life mod, and then it became official, and they forced everybody to install Steam. and it was the exact same complaints that you get now about Epic Game Store.
指揮官
The difference
我々が勝者
is Steam became a monopoly because they fucking cared to make the service better. It's like, yeah, you got to install this app to play Counter-Strike, but, you know, hey, there's other games here too, and over time it became like like the best place to play games.
もう逃げ場はありません
Not
よ
even for the sales, just for the other stuff, like the
あなたの
the
生存
controller
確率は
remapping and
ゼロです
everything.
Oh yeah.
And then, like, Epic has done absolutely nothing of the sort. They've been around for a while now. And, like, they need to stop playing the victim. If you want to
あなたた
compete,
ちの時間は僕が
Fortnite is not enough. Clearly, it's not enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, they bleed money like crazy on Epic Game Store. It's insane how much.
気を抜くのはまだ早すぎます指揮官
That's why everyone memes about them announcing like a game and then they put it on the Epic Game Store. Like, yeah, it's pretty shitty when that happens. It's pretty bad. I think it doesn't help that the Steam Deck has made the Epic Game Store even less desirable. Because it's a fucking nightmare. Just to play like the Kingdom Hearts games, you have to have pretty high level computer knowledge to get the Kingdom Hearts games to work. Especially 3. The 1.5 and 2.5 isn't too bad, but it's still like more effort than you should have to exert to play those games. But playing Kingdom Hearts 3 is like a Mortal Priestess sacrifice in comparison. Like a nightmare. People like actively avoid using Epic Game Store on Steam Deck, at least for the Kingdom Hearts games, which is like I said, outside of Fortnite and the free games, the only reason you want to use it in the first place. I think like most Kingdom Hearts fans will basically tell you, if you're really serious about wanting to play those games on Steam Deck, just install Windows. Which is pretty sad that's even a thing, but that's basically what people will tell you. I just find it interesting that they complain about how much money they're losing, but they do absolutely nothing to fix the problem, which is make the store worth using outside of the couple games it has that you can't get anywhere else. Straight up carried by Fortnite and the Kingdom Hearts community. Like the only thing. It's the definition of insanity. It just keeps bleeding money and they don't do anything about it.
I could have sworn they said something about scaling back the collaboration stuff.
What do you mean?
For Fortnite, because they said that even with that they're losing money.
How is Fortnite losing money? What?
I'm not kidding. Let me look it up.
It's like the most popular game in the world right now. How is it losing money?
いつの日か全ての障害を乗り越え
I could be misremembering.
シミュレーション完了指揮官我々が
Yeah, you are right. Yeah, yes, Epic Game Store. Okay, I'm.
What's up?
あなたたちの力
I say, yeah, you are right. It is the Epic Game Store because it says that said Tim Sweeney, the original, did a goal for the Epic Games Store was to take on Steam, which that sounds crazy. Is charging a 30% cut off revenue for access to the storefront.
Yeah, they're trying to get people over to Epic, but a lot of developers have actually turned down that offer because they know they take a huge PR hit being on Epic. Which is only worsened with the advent of the Steam Deck, by the way. People don't want to mess around with that. Having to set up heroic games launcher and all that nonsense just to play a game, you know, you legally bought, which I totally get.
Yeah, and yeah. Says, yeah, there's a bunch of layoffs, and it says the company reportedly lost between 100 million and 200 million annually from 2019 to 2021.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah, Spork Fight. Spork Fight is carrying them, but not obviously not enough. So. That's probably the only game that's keeping them afloat right now. I remember back when they published Gears of War, the early days of Gears.
Did you know the Kingdom Hearts games, they've been Epic exclusive for almost 3 years? There's like... The Kingdom Hearts situation is really weird because most of the other stuff has been a timed exclusive of a year, which is pretty standard in the video game industry. You can really only money hat something to be exclusive for like a year because of how expensive games are. But yeah, I think it's coming up. I think the games appeared on Steam, not on Steam, but on Epic in like 2021. And I think it was like the first quarter was around like March or something. Don't quote me on that, but yeah, it's been over 2 years, and they're still like Epic exclusive. So I don't know what the hell deal Square got from Epic, but it's really abnormal for it to be exclusive for that long. Because comparatively, the FF7 remake was only a year. That got off Epic. I just find it just because I've been gaming for so long. I remember this exact same thing happening with Steam. The difference is Steam actually cared to make a better product so that people wanted to use it. But yeah, they totally did what Fortnite is doing. To play Counter-Strike, you had to install Steam, and this was like... It didn't have thousands of games like it did now. It was like Counter-Strike and Half-Life. That was it. There was no point to installing it at all, other than it had Counter-Strike. That was it.
Yeah, Counter-Strike is so big that there's some of the like OG servers from back then. They're still up. People are still pretty active on it.
I don't know, I'll just keep repeating that until the end of time. I'm like, look, forcing people to use a launcher is nothing new. It's been around. That was like 23 years ago. It's just, eventually you make the launcher worth using, even if you don't want to play that game. And I feel like all the Steam competitors just do not understand that at all. It's the same thing with like Assassin's Creed and stuff. You gotta use the shitty Ubisoft launcher.
Yep.
You don't want to.
Yep.
It's that simple. It sucks compared to Steam. The only merit is that they have a game on there you want to play. That's it. Like, I'll always say this. Just because companies have a lot of money doesn't mean that they're smart. The people making decisions can be really dumb. I think the Epic Game Store is a perfect example. You have the most popular game in the world that every prepubescent kid is playing on the planet. That's the only game that they play. And somehow, it's still losing money. Like, just think about how ass backwards that is. It's insanely popular. To the point where, like, most kids only play that game. And yet somehow it's still bleeding money.
Insane.
It is. It makes zero sense. That was Armored Core 6. I've never played an Armored Core, so I hear some people don't like it compared to the older ones, but I've never played one, so I don't have any kind of opinion. It's also a really long period of time between 5 and 6, so it probably doesn't help things. I hate characters like this, little kids. Really rubs me the wrong way. Can't stand it. But she's the only one that's in weekly right now, so I have to use her. No choice. She seems decent to play though.
いつでも戦う準備はできている。
What's the character name? Natora Lee from Samurai Warriors. Like
What's up?
her personality, the character Natora Lee from Samurai Warriors.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, her personality is annoying, but her moveset, that kicking moveset, is clean as hell. Like, why did they give her with some of the more cleaner kicking movesets?
私と戦ったことを後悔やいぼ
So
に
it's
し
kind of annoying. They would do that. And then they give Guanzo crappy
You got the
Chinese
Air Force
kicking.
Ones. Just hope he got paid for that sponsorship, that's all I can say. Hope they didn't swindle him, not pay him.
Yeah.
Hashtag sponsored.
Yeah. Like, moveset wise is not bad, it's just it's clunky.
One point oh coming back is not happening. It's copium. Not happening. Best outcome for that game is it's like this game I'm currently playing, where the characters at the start are pretty vanilla, but they become, the characters get more fun to play and they get deeper later on. That's the only good timeline for that game. Tell you that right now. 1.0 is not coming back. 1.0 got taken out back like old Yeller. It's not coming back.
Damn.
It's not coming back. And 1.0 was also a really bad service game, so... It's just they don't seem to understand that they can't fucking go, like, months without an update. You can't go months without an update and expect people to stick around. And people are going to be more logical about it, and like, this game's not coming back, it's dying. Like, yeah, I wholeheartedly agree. You don't go months without an update and expect people to spend money. That's just insanity. But that's exactly what they did. They didn't update. They didn't update forever. No updates at all. Not even, like, new paid stuff. Just straight nothing for months.
My
Like,
favorite.
people with half a brain are gonna stop playing.
適用回路動作正常ロックオン解析破壊シンクロ適用回路動作正常
If they just gave the characters more moves, I think it would be a lot better, but they don't seem to want to do that either. It's just, I think they're like saying that it didn't make money. I'm like, well, you don't have a pity system, for one, and then you don't update for months. I think to get Virgil, it was like several $100s, but then Virgil was the only part of the game that had a pity system, so he was the only thing worth pulling on. Pulling for stuff for Dante and Lady was just throwing money into a fire because there was no pity. They're like, how do you expect the game to make money? There's a limit to how greedy you can be with these games. They didn't seem to understand that. There's a limit to how greedy you can be. I think being worse than Genshin Impact in terms of greedy monetization is definitely not the kind of thing you should strive for, but that's pretty much what 1.0 was. The only good thing about it was the gameplay. And like, if they're not going to update the game for months, then basically just means you're better off just playing DMC 4 or 5 with all the mods. It has more content. And doesn't try to get money out of your ass constantly.
Okay, you cannot convince me that there's another hack and slash out there that has this much flash in this game.
There's another what?
I say you cannot convince me that there's another hack and slash out there that has this much spectacle in it.
Oh, is what I'm playing?
Yeah.
I'd say Pinnacle of Combat 1.0 combat was better than this, but now that they're only doing 2.0, this is definitely the king. There's no other gacha game that comes close. And the monetization in this game is very fair, too. So that helps. I probably would still play this if it was a really scummy game, but it's not, so I can get by as a dolphin instead of having to be a beluga whale.
私と共に国へ向かいしますもうできるようになりました
ターゲットロックオン最大火力もうに僕の視界からは大した時の果てで滅びよ僕の視界からはのあなたたちの時間は僕が制するあなたの生存確率はゼロです時の果てで滅びよもう逃げ大したことじゃありません集中しましょう
もうできるようになりました純粋な心に救いをもたらしますどうか安らかに
I don't know. One point though of Pinnacle of Combat DMC Person of Color had it had its faults. There definitely was quite a bit of jank. It's just they didn't update the game, so it just perpetually stayed like that. But yeah, people definitely aren't they aren't overselling the combat in that game at all. It definitely was. It was, as the title says, it was the peak. It's just not anymore. I think we're done with homework.
After this, what's next?
I think I might play some Kakarot. I might play that
Alright.
next. Let's see, I already did everything, didn't I? I did Call of Duty Warzone and WWE Phantom Pain Cage. Yeah, I think I'm done for today. Oh wait, can I get some stuff out of here? Let me check my achievements. So I need to get more scars for Crimson Reef. Which comes out the patch after the next February. Let me see here. Nah, they're pretty much maxed. I don't think I have too many more I can harvest out of here. Yeah, those videos I did for 1.0 have gone viral. Pretty much all of them have, and then even the one I did for 2.0. And everyone just keeps saying they want the old combat back. I'm like, yeah, everybody does, but they need to actually update the game this time. Whether the combat are good or bad is kind of irrelevant in a way, because they had a really good foundation with 1.0, but they just completely dropped the ball by not updating. Especially for a gacha game. I feel like with like Final Fantasy XIV, they don't update constantly. there's a really long period between content drops, but it's a subscription based, so you know it's not going to shut down, right? When you do that with a gacha game, it's just going to be like, well, what's the point in playing this? You don't update for months. The logical thing to do is to stop playing. Because generally when a gacha game stops updating, it means it's just about to shut down. I don't know what possessed them to think leaving the game up like that and just purgatory was going to do anything, but it didn't. Like I was mentioning with Epic, just because these companies have a lot of money doesn't mean that they make smart decisions. you can't just you can't just think that they because they have millions of dollars that they're doing smart things. Uh, that's not it's not that simple. You have to do smart things with the money to get people to stick around so that they spend money. Yeah, but subscription-based games don't have the same expectation of constantly updating, and because there's the subscription money coming in, they're not under that pressure to put out something like every month. But when a gacha game tries to do the same thing, it always just ends in disaster. You can't just go months without updating and leave the cash shop up and expect to make any money because no one's gonna spend money. I stopped. I spent a decent amount on that game, not an insane amount, but I spent a decent amount, and I stopped because it went months without updating. Just months of nothing, complete abandonware, just nothing. I think the problem with 2.0 is, from what I understand, the Chinese version has not gotten a new character in months, so I don't know like what it is they're doing there. Either they're going to revamp the game again, or they're really banking on global to like be successful. Because when 2.0 came out, they had the Ice Lady, the one with the shotgun that has the really cool moveset, and then they had the new Virgil, I think, and then they added V. V was like supposed to be the big selling point, and then there hasn't been anything since, as far as I know. I haven't been on that game in a long time, but that's what I've been told anyway. I really do feel like if they stick with the game, it probably will end up like PGR, where like you never see me play the characters that came out at the beginning because there's just so much more boring. They got a lot better at making the characters in the restraints of the combat system over time, which always happens with those kinds of games. Um, I feel like that's probably the best timeline for that, is they don't backpedal and go back to 1.0, but they keep the characters, more in-depth as time goes on. Because that's pretty much what PGR is now. Some of the characters are really complicated to play. Like the B ranks and A ranks at the beginning are like super simple and not very fun. That's why nobody plays them anymore. Even outside of, not being meta relevant anymore. Like nobody plays them. Screen tearing is triggering me. Getting chrono triggered by this. I don't know how to fix that. I hate the screen tearing in this game. See if that fixes it.
Where's Bulma's house? Can't get over how huge Bulma's place is. Hello there. Oh, sure.
Yo! Yeah. Damn. I owe you one.
Let's fight somewhere empty. Like the PlayStation 5 exclusive video game collection. It's like 3 games. Let's fight somewhere empty. Sokidan!
He expanded Spirit Ball.
This game is actually very accurate to Dragon Ball because the main thing that matters is training. If you're like too low level, you do like chip damage. And if you're high level like that, you're basically like invincible. Like, I feel like in any other video game that mechanic is really annoying, like Stranger of Paradise. That's why Stranger of Paradise is one of those it gets better 30 hours in games, because the first playthrough there's no builds. The only thing that matters is your power level. This determines like how quickly you die and whether you actually do damage. And then after the first playthrough, it actually starts to get fun. But in Dragon Ball, it fits. In this game, in this game, it actually is lore accurate. What's this about Yamcha in the recent anime? He like found a suitor, but she said that they get married in 1200 years or something like that. I was reading about that last night. I'm like, they just can't let this character catch a break, can they?
Not only is he a
He gets the
jobber,
shit end of the stick and everything.
yeah.
I'm like, I hope that they actually follow through with that, and maybe it's something like the alien chick. That's like the custom of her culture or whatever, to get married after 1200 years or something. I'm like, are you gonna make him the butt of a joke again for like the 800th time, or are you gonna let the dude be happy? Apparently in this game, there's some kind of side quest that says that Bulma thought that he cheated on her, but he actually didn't. This game has a lot of cool backstory. Oh, you're level 44. Oh, nope. Nope. Ain't happening. Gotta train. Especially when there's this many of them. Fuck you, hyper armor kid. You're getting looped.
The more Bandai Hyper Armor.
Yeah, you can break through the armor with this mod I'm using. Makes the game a lot more fun. This is futile. Can I soft reset? No. I'm just gotta accept my fate here. Hey, Gohan, you can't do this, man. beat one of them, but there's like 4 more. Might be here a while. No, no, we got somebody healing him. No, you gotta go. You gotta go. Be here till the heat death of the universe if you stay alive. Oh no! Another heal bot. Get out of here. The healing bot got me. I wonder if it's possible to like actually do this and then get like a boatload of experience, or does the game like scale down how much experience you get? Because some games are real shitty about that. Will take away the massive experience gains. Like, nah, you did that with skill. Too bad. We're gonna punish you anyway. So these guys are probably in their 40s, huh?
I think I can handle.
Nah, you can't handle this boss. Oh, no, you can, actually. Alright, I just gaslit Gohan. Never mind. You can do it. You can do this one. You're level 31.
Oh, these are in, I can't remember. I know there are enemy types in Legacy and so. They're probably something to do with the Red Raven Army, I don't know.
I actually won.
Wait a minute.
Really strong.
Didn't I just kill this guy? Yep. Okay, I'm not trying that hard again. No. Go ahead and bully the child, why don't you? Go ahead. If it wasn't for the healing bots, and it was only like 2 of them, I could probably do it. But I'll let them get their ego boost after I power up a bit, they're done. I think trying to go after these is futile. They're like 10 levels ahead, so... Even though you can do it with skill, you gotta play like super try-hard esports level. I'm not willing to do that for a fucking Dragon Ball game, so... Let's just go do the side quests.
Sport.
You gotta play like MLG levels to do that. With the mod, you kinda can keep them locked down, but there's too many of them like that. It's just not gonna happen.
Stop!
Hi.
Stop!
Huh?
Yeah!
What?
Huh?
Nice.
You got it!
Okay.
Yeah! No. Hey.
Right.
Understood.
He's got the drip on. The classic Vegeta drip.
Big shirt.
Hey.
What?
Pink shirt is Vegeta.
Believe it! Don't underestimate me!
Stay jobbing, son. Got locked down. Hey, cool, I got a level off that.
Stop!
I'm gonna head off to bed.
Oh, good night, man. Thanks for hanging out.
Yep.
They actually didn't
say-
spam the fireworks that much, so I might actually go to bed soon, too. I've had a rough morning, as you know, so...
Yeah.
Alright, good night, brother. Hope I helped.
Yep. Yeah,
Helped
you did. Happy
troubleshoot
New Year.
your computer. You don't need to go sell a kidney for a 4090. Just maybe not
Yeah.
stream on Discord anymore.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll catch you tomorrow, man.
Till
Or
next
later
time.
today, actually. It's midnight, past midnight. Happy New Year.
Same to you.
See ya.
You got it!
What?
Yeah! Hey, what game? Come on now!
Okay.
Alright, I think I'm done with side quest hell. Yeah, I'm not really big on the whole New Year's resolution thing. I feel like people put too much importance into that. And then they get really mad at themselves when they don't meet it. It's like, just focus on surviving. Life's been hard. Everything costs so much money now. Just try to be a good person and improve a little bit, but don't set lofty goals like you're gonna make 6 figures and have 10 kids and have 30 cars and, I don't know, beat Battletoads with your left toe, you know? I don't like to do stuff like that. I definitely did improve a lot this year, for sure, but it's probably because I didn't set any crazy goals. I just want to try to get through life. Not go balls to the wall with
Mom's
8 million
always
goals and
around
stuff.
then. Ready to
That's
hit
how
the
people
bricks
get
and go hard?
so mad at themselves. Like, you don't need to do that. Especially if you're an adult and nobody has... You're not like a kid with, you know, parents that are overbearing or anything. You're living on your own. Like, just focus on surviving. Maybe set some small goals, but don't expect to become Bill Gates and stuff. That's why people worry about the year so much. It's not that big of a deal. What do we got here? I don't know, this year, I feel like I did last year, 2023, I actually didn't really do very good with the channel in my opinion. I just had a lot of mental stuff that I was dealing with. I just got very depressed, and I have to deal with the stress of my neighbors and stuff, which obviously kind of impacts what you can do. And then also, outside of being hard on myself, there were a lot of really shitty PC ports last year. I really limited what I could do. No, I don't take the blame for that. I know you guys would probably argue that I did a pretty good job last year with content, but the PC ports I had no control over. So I hope that this year we'll start to light something under the ass of the people that make those decisions. And like, dude, if it's gonna launch that bad, if you're gonna do a day one console and PC port, then make it actually worth it. If it's gonna be a garbage port, then just delay it. A lot of people hated how Monster Hunter World and Rise were late ports, but were they good ports? Yes. They are the best way to play those games. Especially because you can get Rise. I don't know about World. World's a bit harder to run. But Rise, you can get at the Lock 60. It's objectively better than the Switch version. Even without mods. So, I hope their New Year's resolution is to stop putting out shit PC ports, because outside of my own personal problems and the stuff that I had to deal with, that was definitely the most stressful thing about running this channel this year, or last year, was trying to play games like Wild Hearts is a good example. That game just ran like complete ass, and there was nothing I could do about it. Stranger of Paradise as well. I wanted to make like more build guides for that, and I was just really held back by the port being terrible. Now I did fix that on my end, so I might actually go back to that game, but personal life-wise, I've gotten a lot better at dealing with my anxiety and my trauma, and
Time for a break.
I hope that for you guys, I'll be more consistent about uploading videos. I've been streaming a lot more than uploading lately, and I kinda don't like that. I feel like I had a better balance 2022 for sure. But it's also just like kind of my fault, because some of the stuff I played, I just felt like other people were really servicing those communities, so I didn't feel like stressing myself out on guides and stuff when, you know, it's probably going to peak at like 500 views. I'm hoping that this year there'll be more games I actually want to go balls deep on like that and make like really good guides and overviews and stuff. But judging what games we know are coming out right now, I don't really see that changing. I feel like I'm probably going to be more laid back this year as well. The channel ad revenue has been really bad. I'll give full disclosure. The check that they gave me just a couple days ago was only $50. So That's been part of my lack of motivation as well, and I know that that's not my fault, but when the ad revenue is, you know, barely covers like a $60 game, I just don't feel like exerting that much effort. And I feel bad because you guys support me that much, but that's just the truth. I mean, to be honest, it's been the donations and stuff have been more lucrative. I mean, I had a couple people send me some money for Christmas just because they like my content, and it was more than the ad revenue I got this month. So,
Well then, ready to hit the
that's just an
bingo
unfortunate
line?
reality. There's nothing I could do about that.
That's what I like. to
YouTube's
hear.
kind of
You
shit
can
right
study
now.
up
It's
and
like really
surprise
bad.
Your father with your genius when he gets back. Yeah.
One thing I started doing last year was not blaming myself about it. I'm still capable of making good content, but at the same time, mental health wise, I don't want to put hours and hours into something and get a couple hundred views, because there's definitely was a number of things I did last year that just didn't perform well. And I know that I can't take the blame for that, but it just makes you want to just shift focus. Like, you know, maybe I'll just stream more. I'm completely relaxed right now. I'm not frustrated or anything. I'd rather just do this, and people can just watch the VODs, and then when there's like something more substantial to play that's not old, like this game, that has a chance of growing the channel, then I'll start working hard again. But right now, I'm kind of just wanting to relax. And I'm glad that people are able to understand that. There definitely was some stuff I put an immense amount of work into last year, and then like random DMC Peak of Combat video gets like 30,000 views and it took zero effort to make. It's like, what am I supposed to do at that point? Like that video I put up of Nero has like 35 something thousand views, and it took zero effort. No editing, slightly above average gameplay, and good commentary. That was it. And then I'll put out like an overview for like an indie game or something and get like 300 views. And I have to, even though those videos are also unedited, but what people don't see is the hidden amount of time investment it takes. Some of those games, it's 12, 20, 30 hours. So even though I make the video in 1, 2, 3 takes, and I don't edit, I just have pretty good live commentary, it still takes dozens of hours to make those videos sometimes. And to just see it just get shit views is really demoralizing. And I know that that's not my fault, but it's definitely something I struggle with. The site doesn't really reward honesty or integrity. It hasn't for a while, but
Roughly a year
it's
and a
only
half
gotten
had
worse.
passed since
I
the
think
fight
last year
with
is when it
the
got
dreadful
really
Frieza.
bad. It's like,
But there was still no sign
you want
of
YouTube to be a
Goku
career,
returning
you need to
Earth.
latch
The
on
world
to
had
drama
entered
or
a
like
period
whatever's
of
popular,
peace.
and just
That
have no
peace,
passion or anything in
however,
what you're doing.
was to be
And I know that
short-lived,
I can make more money doing
as a
that, but
new
I just
threat
don't want
was
to,
rapidly
because
approaching the
when I
planet.
look for stuff as a viewer, you know, I looked for content for this game, I get tired of all the clickbait. I get sick of it. It's like, I get annoyed as a viewer watching other people's stuff when there's so much clickbait. People just trying to waste your time for ad revenue. So, I don't want to stoop that low. And I feel bad that I have to ask for help so much, but I feel like I would rather do that than sell out.
Oh,
It's kind of a difficult
everyone's
thing to
here
deal with.
already? Krillin, Frieza, and so
Yeah, kind of hard not to notice. There's no way we're gonna miss a massive energy reading like that.
This can't be good. Do you really think it's Frieza?
Well, sure seems like it. They'll know we're here if you don't quit your foolish babbling and lower your power levels. They have scouters, after all. The Namekian's already lowered his. At least one of you is smart. Piccolo! They're here!
Sorry for ranting and rambling like that, but I feel like
Landed
I
over there.
kind of needed to be honest. Why my content priorities have shifted. I can put up like a Steam Deck benchmark and get like thousands of views, and then I put like 30 hours into making an overview and get like 500. It gets depressing.
It's Frieza. It's gotta be. Kid, hold on.
Do not fly them. We can avoid scouter detection by simply walking up to them.
You guys have...
You gotta be. What are we supposed to do once we get...
You'd rather stay back here and rot? Is that it? Suit yourself. All of us know what we're up against.
Just to be perfectly clear, Earth is completely done for.
This... How in the world did Frieza survive?
And to think we're going up against him again.
Damn that Kakarot! Why didn't he finish that bastard off? First we'll move in. On foot, of course. Man, the closer we get, the heavier the air seems to get.
We're almost at his ship. Are you sure you're ready for this?
Yes!
So this is Earth. I've seen worse hunks of rock.
It seems this Super Saiyan Goku you keep going on about is set to arrive here in 3 hours. So you intend to wait for him, Frieza?
Why, of course, Father. But I want him to suffer for what he did to me, so I think I'll slaughter every last one of his beloved Earthlings.
I couldn't care less about the Earthlings, but we do absolutely need to rid ourselves of that Super Saiyan. By any means necessary.
You know, Peak of Combat has been like one of my most successful game series. At the least amount of effort. Just raw gameplay. Unedited, raw gameplay does super well. And then I do like an overview for like an indie game or something, and I can barely get a couple hundred.
What's that now?
I don't know what it is. The algorithm really likes that game for some reason. I know it's nothing I'm doing. That's kind of why I've started doing more benchmarks and mods and stuff, because
well, now,
those tend to do pretty well. There's less people doing them.
Come at me with
And benchmarks take zero effort.
Unlike Goku,
I got a bunch of Steam Deck stuff planned. I gotta just sit down and record for a couple hours, but I think that those will do pretty well.
So you're an ally of his.
The Steam Deck stuff has been doing pretty well, and the benchmarks take zero effort.
Only know him by name.
Oh dear. You do realize that killing my men puts you in grave danger, do you not? Now I have to kill you myself.
You miscalculated.
A miscalculation? Oh, I beg to differ. Wiping you and the rest of the filth from this planet would be child's play.
That's not what I meant. You're about to find out what it's like to fight a real Super Saiyan. And I'm not talking about Goku. There's another one right here. Prepare to die!
The only one dying is you.
This is it! All the way here to Earth seeking revenge, but unfortunately, you're not gonna be able to carry it out. What? That's not a threat. Now's not the time to be holding anything back.
Saiyan!
I'm gonna go ahead and say this. This might be a hot take. I cannot stand Trunks' new voice. The one that he had back when this originally aired was way better. He just sounds too old.
How is this
It's like
possible?
a game I just played recently. Star Ocean 6. Like, Letitia's supposed to be like 19 or 20 or something. Young. But the voice actress is like 50. She sounds way too old.
Impossible.
Actually, like... I don't mind the English dub. I'm not that kind of weeaboo that just dismisses English dubs, but yeah, I do not like his voice. I feel like they need to recast him and get somebody that sounds younger.
Powers! What in the world is going on?
One way to find out.
Keep your guard up. We don't know who we're up against.
Right. I'm gonna head over there and wait for Goku.
Look at how raspy he sounds. He sounds too raspy. I cannot stand his English voice.
You're more than welcome to join me.
How does he know about my dad?
He's gonna show up right over there. If you're coming, then follow me.
So, what do we do? Yeah, me too. I'm going to...
He doesn't seem like a bad guy.
Well, I've only heard about him.
Oh, so, hey, how do you know when Goku's coming back?
Well, I'm
So, can I ask?
unfortunately,
What's your name?
that
You can't even tell us your name?
I'm 17.
So you can tell us your age.
But that's all I can tell you.
Well,
Hi,
I guess
Mom.
it doesn't...
It'll be another 3 hours before Goku gets here. He should be here soon.
Weren't people saying that Luffy's father appeared in One Piece in the last episode that just aired? And the voice actor's like almost 90? I'm like, man, they're gonna... I hate to talk about mortality stuff, but they're gonna have to start addressing that soon.
Goku!
Most of the main cast is like...
How'd you
The
guys know I
youngest
was
ones are
gonna
like
be here?
mid-late 50s.
This young man here clued us in.
Who is he?
You mean you don't know who this is? At all?
Nope, never seen him before. That reminds me. Who took care of Frieza and the others?
We've got him to thank for that as well.
A Super Saiyan? Goku, I need with me?
Hey, what's the big deal?
Sorry, guys. I guess I'd better go talk to him. Okay, let's see what he has to say. I need to know something. Are you able to become a
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't at first.
That's great. Now I have to...
You got it. This good? So, what now?
Now, I'll become a Super Saiyan 2.
Whoa!
And I'd like you to fight me. And I won't go easy.
Fine by me.
My power! I have What? You're incredible, Goku. Hey, you're no slouch yourself. I can see how you defeated Frieza so easily. What? There goes! Like this! Oh no!
So in case you're wondering what the mod does, this game has a fuck ton of hyper armor, an insane amount, an overly excessive amount. What the mod does, it makes it so the X button finisher, or the square button, and then a bunch of the melee moves actually break through the armor.
It's important that you make sure not to tell anyone else what I'm about to tell you.
So in the base game you can't do that, but in this,
Don't worry. Talk
when
away.
they power up like that,
Your
you can
secrets
break
are
them
safe
out of
with
it,
me.
all of the armor.
It might be difficult to believe what I'm about to say.
So it makes the game a lot more fun.
I've come here from 20 years into the future, using the future? My name is Trunks. I'm Vegeta's son. What? Vegeta's son? Actually, now that you mention it, I'm gonna be born 2.5 years from now. But that's not why I came here. Huh? Oh. 3 years from now. On May 12th, at around 2 incredibly powerful figures will appear on an... Who are they? No. They were created by a mad scientist from the former Red Ribbon Army named Dr. Giraud. The Red Ribbon Army? That's right. The same one you took down many years ago. Oh yeah, when I was just a little guy. I thought I got rid of those guys a while. Unfortunately. So what's he after? I'm not entirely sure, but his androids were designed to be killing machines. Meaning, the android's been just me against the two of them. Wait. They're gone. In the fight, 3 years from now, only Gohan managed to make it out alive. He taught me how to fight 4 years before I came here in the time machine. As you know, with Piccolo gone, meaning we couldn't bring anyone back, the android's unquenchable lust for bloodshed eventually turned. They're too strong. Hey, wait, hold up a sec. What Even you couldn't join in the fight. What? Well, this is a pickle. I'm guessing. Man, this sucks on so many levels. I can't believe you're disappointed. Well, yeah, I'm scared. I see. You really are here. When you start to see symptoms, take this. It's a medicine developed 20... Whoa, really? Normally, history shouldn't be changed. But I've got... My mother always spoke very well of you. She knew you'd help us. Wait, your mother? Yes, she knows you well. Wait, you said she built a time machine. No way! Yes. Whoa! Out of all the stuff you just told me, that's gotta be the craziest. To think she'd end up with Vegeta.
It makes
of all
no
people.
sense.
I mean,
Yes, exactly.
please, if you do. Oh, yeah, right. Well, I'd better get going back to my own time. I need to let my mother know how everything went here.
One night stand.
Hey, are we gonna see you again? Making a round trip in the time machine requires a lot of energy, so it'll take some time. If I can survive until then, I'll definitely come back. Stay alive! What a great new goal!
It's not making a DMC gacha, that's the problem. It's, making a gacha with no content. And the only redeeming quality being gameplay, that's the problem. It's just DMC Peak of Combat 1.0 is just Avengers all over again. It's the exact same situation. The combat team heavily carried, but the people in charge of, like, making it a service game so it actually gets updated so people want to spend money so the game actually survives, didn't know what the hell they were doing. So, it bombed. That's the problem. They're like, we're gonna take the combat seriously. The name of the game is actually accurate, but we don't know how to actually run a service game. And keep things coming.
Now I just gotta figure out what to tell every... Hey, Goku. We just... him?
Went back home.
He...
Hey, isn't there some... If you can't find the words...
What?
My sense of hearing is leagued. Relax, all right? I won't say anything that could possibly endanger him. We're not going in unprepared. If we die, it won't be for lack of skill.
Wait, die?
On the hunt for the androids. Piccolo explained the situation, being careful to avoid revealing anything the others could do little to about the terrifying truth. In order to prevent history from plunging into darkness, everyone made it.
Man, I never thought I'd hear anybody with
That young man.
I'm just as shocked as all of you. But...
Kakarot. Spill it.
All right, we've been going crazy.
Yeah. For a second or two, I thought I was done for.
That's right. The Ginyu...
But when I jumped in and started to fly away, the space...
Those Ginyu goons had attacked Yardrat before, so that explains the getup.
Yep, they were all super friendly.
I find it extremely hard to believe that you came... Those freaks may be weak, but they have strange powers. You picked up some of them, right?
Bingo! I wanted to learn a lot more, but...
Huh?
Instant transmission?
Yep, instant transmission. The weird thing is that you have to home in on the energy of a person, not a place. So you can't warp to a place unless you know someone there.
It's got the OG fast travel. Goku invented fast travel. Isn't this what fast travel is in every video game? You can't fast travel unless you've already been there. Goku invented the fast travel video game mechanic. He's a hero. Goku has fought hard for us, but underappreciated thing he did is he single-handedly reduced a lot of padding in video games by inventing fast travel. That's what I'm getting from this.
That's one heck of a downside, huh?
That's not much of a downside, if you ask me.
Well, I guess there's nothing you can't do now, huh?
All right. I guess we'll all see each other again 3 years from now. So, when and where should we meet?
The androids will arrive May 12th at 10 a.m. We'll be meeting up on that same island, and don't show up unless you're ready to fight. We're not gonna babysit those unable...
Kakarot, you may be a Super Saiyan, but mark my words. Don't forget that the #1 Saiyan here will always be me.
Alright, so I guess we'll see each other in 3 years. Hey! Alright, we better get going. So, Piccolo, what do you say? Want to train with me and Gohan? I've been dying to...
Sure.
Yay!
Alright, see you guys soon. Or in 3 years. Right.
We're making a stop home first, right?
Oh, yeah, right. Piccolo.
Fine. But don't...
Let's see, do I want to do anything else tonight? I'm kind of leaning towards no. I was expecting them to spam fireworks for like another several hours, because that's what they tend to do, but they've actually stopped. So I think I might want to just call it there. I don't really feel like playing anything else. Let's see, how long did I go for now? I did about 3 hours. Let's see, what's popping on Twitch right now? Maybe there's somebody I can send you guys over to. I had a very difficult day with my trauma, so I'm not really wanting to push it too hard today. I want to make sure that I don't have another night like that and try to get to bed earlier. That's about all I really have control over. Yeah, generally on New Year's Eve, I tend to stream like really late. I tend to stream really late because they spam fireworks like crazy, but they've already mostly stopped. So I think I should probably try to get to bed earlier. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call it, and maybe I can get up earlier and I can fire up a morning stream or something. Because I do want to finish Kakarot before the 11th. Because the 11th is when the Pirate Warriors 4 DLC comes out, and I need to hyperbolic time chamber train for that because I didn't leave that game in the best state. I have like barely any materials for the new stuff, so I kind of want to put a couple hours into Kakarot a day so that I can finish it because I definitely will buy the DLC. I'm actually enjoying it quite a bit, but I'm not going to get to it right away. The Pirate Warriors 4 DLC, if it's anything like the first batch, should be really good. So I'll probably won't be many kitty sitting streams because I gotta prepare for that. I gotta train like Goku. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call it there. I'm gonna eat something, take my meds, and try to rest. I think if I go to bed at the same ass o'clock hour, I run a risk of having just endless infinite combo of trauma dreams. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call it there. I will see you guys later today for sure. Good night, everybody.